Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Hex Token Channel. I hope you guys are having a great day. Let's get into it, folks. Hex.com. Let's go. And of course, we're on day 830 of the Hex journey. Amazing. 11th of March, 2022. And the price is down 12.2% to 12.2 US cents. Essentially reflecting we were moving up momentum, and then, of course, a Hex OG that has liquid bags. Start off with something like 120 million. It's down to about 50 million now to the 20 million sell in the last 24 hours. So that's what's happened to that. And I did point that out in yesterday's video. And the only thing that's going to take us price down is something like a liquid Hoji. And that's exactly what happened. So we'll talk more about that when we get to the chart. Let's get on to the rest of the results, folks. Return on investment multiplier, all-time low, 5th of January 2020, 2,170x. And of course, the payouts. This is the golden source. You want to understand Hex, understand this. The Hex payout per T-share is T-share means trillions of shares, is 5.968. So it's just awesome, eh? Just awesome every day. Very, very cool. The T-share price, of course, 2,582. And of course, the T-share rate is now up another 11 to 21,073. This is unrelenting, folks. This is the magic key. I would say, in addition to the origin account, this is the real secret sauce inside Hex. And of course, it's just going up and to the right. So it's going to get more expensive to get a T-share. This is the way it's going to go. And that makes it fair for everybody coming in, no matter what time frame over the, earlier or later. So very, very cool. The average stake length is 6.34 years. The annual interest, the annual percentage yield rate, inflation and early in-stake penalties is 37.76%. Let's look at liquidity. 239 million Hex in the pool, 25.5 million USDC, and 2,360 ETH in the pool. So that's what's going on in the pools there. Let's have a look at the valuations. 7.56 billion locked, 70.71 billion market cap, and the total market cap is T-share market cap is 27.6 billion. The T-shares are actually down 9,000 to 10.7 million T-shares. So very cool. And of course, let's get on to the total supplies. Minted inflation is 13.2 million, and of course 638.9 billion is the total supply. Second leg supply is down 14.7 million to 577 billion. Now, we got Gunther, the accountant, came out with today saying that he's reassessed the numbers and that there is currently 13.5 billion liquid in the public's hands. So that's not the origin account. And of course, that used to be around about 22 billion. He's made some adjustments for a few big wallets that were signaled into the origin account. So that looks like we're at about 2.1% total circulating supply against the total amount there of 638. So 13.5 billion there is about 2.1%. So that's pretty good, but we still need that lower, folks. Still need that lower. So certainly adoption will help eat up some of that as people sell it in. All right, cool. Let's have a look at the stake supply. 28 million increase in stakes. It's very cool. We're at 61.7 billion. And of course, good accounting, up 6 million. Total percentage of stake coins is 9.66%. We've got 63.8 million paid out to stakers. There's deferred inflation well into the future until stakes mature. Penalties a bit more modest today, 438,000, but still a good day in the office. We always get paid as T-share holders, no matter what the market is doing. The holder numbers are climbing very nicely, up 536 to 430,993. And of course, we're heading towards 500,000 on that number. Current stakers are up 356. This is really quite nice increases, 85,607. And short Hedron with 555 stakes must be playing into that with the double earnings that you make, not only X, but Hedron as well. So very, very cool. Change in total stakers up 377 to 107,800. And of course, current holders up 43 to 285,873. That results is day 30, folks. Let's get into the Hex price. Of course, we can see the chart here. We are still in an uptrend. So even with the big pullback with the OG today, some people, a bit of selling for people buying Hedron too, selling some liquid Hex or staked Hex into Hedron, getting a little bit of that there going on. And of course, we've got a red candle, but we're still in an uptrend technically. And of course, can break out of that resistance. Catch me later for the live stream for more details. Here is the market cap, 38.9, BTC, 38 point, almost just under 39,000. This has been moving up and down all over the place, but that's where it is at the moment. And of course, the hedge-on price, looking pretty good here at 5,797. It has broken down. See these angles, see how these angles do work. So when the angle had here, it broke down. It managed to have a big buy here. There was a big $670,000 buy, helped to push that back up. Normally that wouldn't happen, but that's what happened there. And of course, it pulled it back down here, and we got a different growth. So we're growing. The price is growing at a lower rate, right? A lower rate. So it's managed to bounce off that a few times. Did pierce through this. This is a little bit uncertain at this stage because typically this would indicate moving down to a lower level. So just be careful out there at the moment, but at the moment it's pretty good. Now you get a bit more confidence. Of course, we've got higher lows, so this could offset us coming down to this 5,000 range, pretty much from 4,800 range, if we get enough buying in at the stage to keep these lower highs. So this could mean that we'll actually push back up and go back at least up to maybe just below 7,000, something like that. We could actually pierce through, go to 7.5 on this too. So there is a good upside scenario there, but there's also a down scenario. Just be a bit more careful. We have been, as time's gone on, we have been breaking down into slower rates. So just be careful there. See, this was super fast growth. So that's Hedron. Very, very cool. Let's jump over to T-shares, of course. $2,568 to get a T-shirt at the moment. Obviously, a pretty good pricing to get T-shares. Get them while you can. And when the HEX price does rally eventually, it's going to be hard to get cheap T-shares. Adoption's up and to the right, and Pulse Chain is going to spur that on. Super good. The T-share rate is up and to the right, and the payouts are pretty much going to be up and to the right as well. This will look at the 15-year stakes as everybody's stakes. We're going to zoom in on the global stakes here the next 11 months. And of course, here we are. We've got this many. We've got 163,000 T-shares coming out before the end of March, and the end of April is 380,000. So very, very cool. At the moment, I got the 15th of April being the earliest to launch Pulse Chain. But once again, there is a few issues. You got to do the V3 harvesting and stuff like that. So there's still a bit of maths and stuff to work out there. Let's jump over to the HEX Whalebot. This is pretty much the HEX OG that's been selling down. I think they had about 120 million, down to about 50 million now, and they just sold 20 million over the last 24 hours. You can see that here on the Whalebot. It's good to get rid of them at lower prices because, Pulse Chain's coming, Hedron's around, all that good stuff. And finally, Richard Hart posts this with the Highest of Stakes movie. Big update, the official website for the Highest of Stakes just launched. Check it out, higheststakes.com, featuring Richard Hart and HEX token. So you can also sign up for insider information. So definitely get into that. There we are. Very, very cool. Loving it. All right, hope you liked that one. Catch me for the live stream later on, and I will see you then. Bye for now. Cheers.